Hello. So I had to use my son's phone because apparently I have no more storage even after I deleted videos off my phone. I still didn't have storage on my phone. So anyway, the poem that I read, the girl that's I'll be the one to say no. It was a guy named Bugs that I met in 2011. I used to attend Mega Evers. So for those of you, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and so they have something called the City University of New York. And so actually started college in 2007, but my father said that he didn't have money for me to go to school, and he didn't really approve of me going to school. And I wanted to join the Navy, but he didn't approve of that either. So, finally, my friend had told me about CUNY, and I started going to Mega Evers. So, I did 3 semesters there, but the remedials are just really, really. It's not even that it's hard math. It's the way they construct the math. So anybody that's been there, done that, you know that. Unfortunately, a lot of people drop out and they never go back. I went back to private school, Mercy College, and I didn't have to go through that, and I graduate in May. So anyway, it was this guy named Bugs, and he was attending Mega Evers as well, and he was very attractive. I just thought he was like wow to me. But luckily, we never did anything. He wanted to do something, and I'm like, no. So, when I first told him, like, hey, I'm feeling you X, Y, and Z, he did tell me, he was like, oh, I'm trying to get back with my baby mom. And then he told me afterwards how he got two young ladies pregnant at the same time. Now, people make mistakes. I get that. But once he told me that, I was like, huh? Like, that's trifling. But anyway, so fast forward to um, I eventually left Mega Evers and I went to Kingsborough because they had a program, a community health program, and a friend had put it on Facebook. And I was like, well, let me try that, because I was doing security at the time. But, I wasn't trying to make that a career, and community health sounded like something I was interested in. I had previous certification for medical administrative assistant and EKG, so I was like, you know what? Let me try again. It didn't work out, but the main thing is that, I was looking for a change in jobs, and that's what I went for. So at the time I'm at Kingsborough, we still kept in touch. I don't remember how. I think one day I might have just texted him, or maybe he probably texted me. No, I think he texted me. And I was like, hey, whatever. Because, like, we didn't really have a consistent friendship, we didn't really have much in common. So, like, I didn't like the fact that he used to talk negative about his kid's mom. Like, the type of female I am, some females are impressed by that, but I don't like when dudes talk about females. I just don't like it. And so he used to talk about one of his kids' moms and say, oh, she been doing retail for mad long. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with retail? Like, at the end of the day, she's working and she's providing for your child. You're not working. So he was one of these people that she actually helped him get 3 different jobs. Like, I think when you're in retail, they have connections with other retail people, I guess. So she worked, um, I forgot what store he said she worked at, but he ended up working at H&M, got fired from that, worked somewhere else, Forever 21, got fired from that. Like every time she helped him get a job, he would get fired. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, why you can't keep a job? Like, so the more things he told me about himself, I got more and more turned off. Like, wow, all you have going for yourself is your looks and probably what's in between your legs. Like, all you do is talk about people. You talk about how negative, oh, all she do is like, okay, retail turns into a career if you do it right. Like, store managers make money, so I told him, I said, I don't know what you talking about. So whatever. So they eventually break up and he gets with another girl. This girl is away at college, he tells me. So I was like, okay, it's summertime. I believe this is like summer 2012, I believe. No, summer 2013. How I remember is I was telling him like the Kevin Hart movie had came out. We went to see the Kevin Hart movie and we were coming back to my place, just to kick it. It wasn't nothing sexual because he told me he had a girlfriend and I'm the type of girl, I'm not gonna mess with you and you tell me you have a girlfriend. Like, I just don't do that. Like, that's not me. So so we're back at my place and I'm telling him about Kingsborough because I that's how I remember like the year, because I was going to Kingsborough in 2013. And then I ended up, it went from going there for community health to I started going there for I wanted to get the degree in community health. So it's summertime, we're coming from the movies and I'm sitting on my couch and he's like, let me use your restroom. And he uses my bathroom, he comes out with his stuff out and I'm like, dude, like, and then he's like trying to, and I'm like, no, like, get off of me. And then after that, he like apologizes and stuff like that. And I'm like, you told me you had a girlfriend. She's away at college. So if I slept with you, what does that make me? The side chick. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna, no, like, I don't do that. So we lost touch. Fast forward to, I wanna say 2016, because I was about to be a para and I had told him. And I seen him in the street again in summertime. And I remember he asked me, like, where did you get that shirt from? Because I had like a Mickey Mouse shirt, sleeveless, and he liked it. So he was like, wow, that's a nice shirt. Like, do they have it for men? And I'm like, I don't know. I got it from around the way. And we start talking, and the last straw for me was um, I told him my book had just came out, and he's like, "Oh, who has their picture on their book?" I said, "You don't read? A lot of authors have a picture on their book." And I went off on him. I said, "You always criticizing somebody." I was like, "What do you have going for yourself? Because first of all, you dropped out of college for no reason. You didn't accumulate. It's not like you went to trade school and try to whatever. Like, you're not working. That's number one. Like, you can't keep a job. So it's like you always talking about people and criticizing what others are doing. What are you doing?" And I think that's what really made me like, yo, this dude is so handsome, but he's such an asshole. And it just turned me off so much. Like, even when I see him on Facebook, I didn't even want to add him because it's like he never told me his real name for reasons undetermined. And then like you always talking about, if you're not talking about people, you're talking about me. Like the comment he made before that, I was like, yeah, I'm about to be a para. He's like, oh, that's good. You're not doing security no more. I was like, there's nothing wrong with doing security because they actually have like Ally Universal, shout out to them. They have 401k plan. They have dental, they have health, um and they help and give you scholarships. So is you can make a career out of security. For me personally, no, because I know I have a lot to offer the world. I love children and I like the feeling I get in the classroom. I like that they're learning something and they're growing. That's what makes me happy. But I would never throw shade at somebody that wants to make a career out of security because it's very smart. There's benefits, so why would you not? And he was like throwing shade like, oh, I'm happy you're not doing security no more. I'm like, okay, let that slide. But then when he started talking about my book, like, it's my fucking book. Like, if I want to put my picture on it, that's my business. Like, you know what I mean? And he was like criticizing like, oh, um other authors. I was like, Steve Harvey has his picture on his book. I said, you obviously have never been to a bookstore, or you've never fucking read a book, because even Malcolm X, the autobiography, he didn't write it, but hell, his picture's on it so people can know who the fuck Malcolm X is. Like, what he said about my book, it just pissed me off so much. I was like, you know what? I don't even know why I continue to talk to you, because you just so damn ignorant. So yeah, so him it's like, I'm happy that I never did nothing with him, because he was just such a horrible personality. Like, he just, then like his birthday party, I went to it. I feel like it had to be 12 or 2012 or 13. I went, it was in Coney Island, and he had a stripper there, and she was like fully naked, and he had a girlfriend. And all of us are like, don't he have a girlfriend? Like, why is he doing this? Like, that is so inappropriate. Like, this stripper had like put something up her butt, like a chain up her butt. Like, it was just too much for my eyes. Like, it was just crazy. I'm like, is this even legal? Like, what is this? So, and he used to be a stripper. So it was just so ironic. I was like, how you know her? He was like, oh, he met her along the way when he used to strip. Okay. So that's all he did. Like, that's what's on his resume. Stripping, and then you was getting fired off from retail jobs. Like, you, and then you dropped out of college for what reason? Like, for what reason? Like, you, no shade to anybody who doesn't complete college, but I feel like if you don't complete college, you need to have a bomb, like, backup plan. For you to be unemployed and you quit school, at least go to trade school and get a certification. Don't just like stop school, because that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, yes, remedials are hard, but it's private school. Like, I'm about to graduate May of this year debt free. Like, it's possible. It's not impossible. I'm a single parent. I don't make a lot of money. I'm a substitute para professional. And it's plausible. It's very plausible. You know, just don't go to Aruba. Go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to go on that expensive vacation. You might have to, make some sacrifices for school, but it's worth it in the end. But yeah, that's my F boy story. Me and him never did anything because I was smart enough to not do nothing with him. But yeah, that's my second story time. Bye.